Hey, what's going on, guys? How's everybody doing today? I'm doing well, thank you for asking. Body Beat down here on this Monday afternoon, 3:52 to be precise. We like to be precise. So, once again, I'm going to do a long form video. Just for the heck of it, I got a couple things just to talk about and just figured a way to hang out. And I know a lot of you people don't like to watch long videos, and you can skip through the video or you can skip the video totally. I don't care. It's up to you. I can't make you watch. I can't make you take part. I can't make you, do the things I want you to do. All I can do is bring you some be great entertainment and hope that you stick around and, I don't know, hang out. Maybe get inspired by something. I don't know. So, we'll start off the video. Michael, my gosh, don't start off the video like this. I want you to work out. So, starting off the video, I had a comment from one of my subscribers, a cool guy. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any videos on his channel, but he does work out according to what he tells us, and he's got some pretty good lifts and different, he's got some good strength. And I like him. He always pops in and gives me a comment and all that kind of good stuff, and likes to cut up a little bit. He goes by Christopher Seat, and I appreciate you, Christopher, for posting the comment that you posted. I don't have my phone on me where I can pull up the comment, but I'm just going to kind of wing it. And so I mentioned that I was going to be doing bench squats today. And I think his comment was something along the lines of, when do you think you're ever going to get back to doing regular squats again? So I pose that same question to myself every time I do legs. And there have been times, especially here lately, where I've thought, well, maybe I'll do like one set of, regular squats, conventional squats. And then I don't let myself do it, and I don't do it. And a lot of you that follow the channel already know what's going on, and some of you that are newer may not. But I've got two bad hips. This one from a bicycle wipeout several years back, about 2016 or 17. And then this one I hurt several years back after this one. Just sitting up on my kitchen counter, and I put my foot up on my leg, and I thought, well, I'm going to stretch my hips out, and I pushed down on my knee, and boom, whatever pain, the same kind of pain that I had over here for just over a year was the exact same pain that I was now experiencing over here. And so this one has subsided. This one's pretty good. I'm not going to say it's healed, because periodically, you can feel some stuff right there. That's what she said. And this one here was, it wasn't healed, but it only hurt. That pain was only for about a month or so, versus a year and maybe a month, maybe something like that. This one went away fairly quickly, but it was never 100% better. Neither one of them 100%. So anyway, having said all that and knowing all that, I started working out in 2021, coming back and working out in 2021, and so I started focusing on squats. And after a few years, I noticed that this area here is really starting to aggravate me a little bit. And then later on, I noticed it's starting to aggravate a lot of bit, to the point where I couldn't even put my foot up on my knee. I mean, I couldn't do this at all. That was out of the question. Couldn't put a sock on, couldn't put a shoe on. Hence the reason that I really like slip-on shoes now. So I just don't have to worry about tying shoes. But finally, once I decided in my squat journey that I was done, I got to 460 pounds. And I probably still squatted after that a few times, several times, I'm sure. But then I got to a point where I was like, you know what? I'm not helping anything in this, by doing this. I'm not helping myself at all. I'm nearly crippled. I don't know if I need to get a hip replacement or what it is. I don't know what it is. So instead of completely stopping doing squats altogether, I've I've switched over to doing bench squats. And they've allowed me to keep doing squats within a specific short range of motion. My bench is 21 inches tall. I will say that I do lower this back pad one notch, so it's just a smidgen bit lower than 21 inches, depending on where I go down on this bench, And ever since then, I've been slowly healing, slowly feeling better. And I don't see the benefits of me doing conventional squats anymore. Even though in my mind I'm like, man, I sure would like to do some. I sure would like to give it a try. But I gotta use my better judgment, I'm not getting paid for this. I'm not doing anything, that's supporting me in my lifestyle or anything, and my family and money and competing or anything. So I have to kind of just use my better judgment and go with what I'm doing. That doesn't mean that I don't want to do a conventional squat. I do, I really do. And one day I might do just like a set or, one rep or something, just to go, ooh, I did it. I still feel like in my mind, I still feel like I could squat 405 pounds and get to depth. I still feel like I could. Don't mean I can, but I feel like I can. So anyway, so that's kind of where I am with the whole squat journey and kind of what goes through my mind, because I'm with you, Christopher. I think about that myself, and it kind of eats at me a little bit. You've been following me now for a long time. I don't like to give up. You can probably tell I'm a fighter, and I fight through pains, and my shoulder is just like, it's as bad as my hips, but for some reason I've been able to keep going with this and fight through it, and it'll kind of break up a little bit, and then I'm not hurting as much, and then it might start aggravating a little bit more again, and I'll kind of eventually work back through that. But my leg, my hips and all that were not letting me do that. It wasn't getting any better at all. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. And I'm really lucky that my shoulders are hanging on and letting me do what I do, because I enjoy doing the heavy bench pressing. It's one thing that makes me happy still. So that's one little topic out of the way, and I appreciate you, Christopher, for bringing up that kind of comment, because it's something I think about every day. So having said that, the opening of this video has gone on long enough, and I'm sure I lost people 10 minutes ago. So anyway, we got everything set up to do some bench squats. My plan is to go really heavy, and I haven't done that in a really long time. But we're going to try and go heavy on these bench squats, along with getting a couple sets with some a little bit better reps, maybe. So we're going to see how it goes, and hope you guys stick around and enjoy, and take part in the comments and take part in the channel. Let's work out. All right, guys, let's start warming up. We got 135. $135, set number 2. All right, we got 225. got 315. Okay, we got 405.
Lightweight, baby. Lightweight, baby. Boom. Come on. You want some of that? You want some?
All right, we're going up to 475. We put a 35 on each end. All right, guys, let's put a 10 and a 2.5 on there. Make it 500. All right, guys, I've not went this heavy in a very long time. We got 500 pounds on the bar. We got 2.5. We got a 10. We got 35, 445s, the bar 45. Should be 500 pounds. No, this isn't the conventional squat. It's a bench squat. It's a high bench squat. And it's still gonna kill me. Let's get her done. 500 pounds. Oh, yeah. I could have done 10 reps. 10. All right, let's drop down to 405.
Yeah. Let's do one more. Yeah.
All right, final set. We're going down to 315. Final set. All right, now we're going to do some lateral bench step-ups. I'm using 20-pound dumbbells. Usually, I'll do it with no weight or sometimes one dumbbell, but we're going to try 220s, which will make it more weight than I've ever used. So, we'll see how it works. And my goal here is to get a nice stretch. And we're going to do the left leg up and down, and then we're going to do the right leg up and down. And that'll be one set. I gotta figure out how to do this. 1. 2. 3. 4. Whew. 5. Now I guess you'll have to see my rear end. Sorry. One. 2. 3. 4. 5. All right, final set of these lateral step-ups. We'll start with the right leg. I turned everything around so you can see me from the front on the right. I have bad balance on the right, so here we go. All right, guys, and just like that, we are done with this pretty good little leg workout day. I'm really happy with how it went. Getting back to my opening topic about squats, conventional and so forth, versus bench squat and what have you, I want to touch base. I forgot to mention it, but Christopher Seat also mentioned maybe I could do pin squats. And I forget if I mentioned it in the opening, whenever I was talking about it, but just in case. I've tried pin squats before, and with my lower back problems, it does kind of triggers my lower back because of the starting position. So pin squats are kind of iffy, but I'll never say never to any of it, because there may come a time when I can do some of these other things again. So I just wanted to touch base on the pin squat thing, and anyway, so let's go on to one more topic. I know you people love these things, but Mike, we only want a 22-second short video of you going, "Ugh." That's it. Well, we don't always do that. So let me touch on a little topic here. I've been wanting to mention this, kind of talk about it for months now, but I keep forgetting. But I've mentioned in the past of how it's hard for me to breathe and stuff sometimes, and it's also played a factor in me trying to jog a mile again and just basically get up and do anything. Now I realize I got a few pounds on me, but having said that, I've also, I've always been 250s and 260s, 70s, right up to 280 for years and years and years. But something that I tend to forget about is I had an extreme gout, battle, whatever you want to call it, of bronchitis a few years back, maybe 2017. I don't know, I forget. I forget things. But it was so bad that the nurse said that I was right at system shutdown. System failure, system shutdown. That's the words that she used. Now that either means I was fixing to be put in the hospital and or ER or whatever, or I was fixing to die. But I basically had bronchitis. She said you pretty much have everything, like bronchitis, pleurisy, whatever else. And I had passed out 2 times in one day. I've never passed out in my life. So I passed out one time sitting at my desk, and just woke up looking at the ceiling, and got up shaking, and like, oh my God, what the heck. And another time, I think that same day, I was laying down and I woke up on the floor. I don't know how I got down there, because we had a big dresser scooted right up next to the bed, and I'm right there where the dresser side is. I don't know how I got down there, but all I know is evidently I passed out, probably coughed. I was coughing and everything, and it was making me lose my breath and black out. So that's not good for your lungs, by the way. And I've had small occurrences, a couple of more small occurrences of bronchitis since then. Nothing extreme like that, because I jumped on it real quick and went to the doctor. Hey, I know what's happening. Give me all this stuff, please. and they did. So, and then also I got to thinking, you know, I was in construction for right at 15 years, and you know, we didn't wear masks. Very, very rarely did we ever wear a mask. And I was pretty much full-time insulator. So I'm insulating houses, big giant metal buildings that we're building, you know, like business type buildings, additions, garages, house after house, with fiberglass insulation. Not good. Not good at all. And also on top of that, we also did all the drywall. And I don't know how bad drywall dust and drywall compound and all that, I don't know how bad that is for you to breathe in, but I'm going to assume it's not great. So never really wore masks, nothing like that. Definitely no ventilators, no ventilator type, nothing great. I mean, if we wore a mask, it was very rare. It wasn't very often. You know, just the little normal, if ever. So, you know, I look at that stuff now and I think, wow, maybe that's played a factor in some of my breathing issues. And, you know, and I also, like I mentioned, I can go out there and say I'm a little heavy, but I just don't think that that's the biggest issue. You know, I've been heavy for a long time. So anyway, that just kind of crossed my mind some time back, and I wanted to talk about it, and I keep forgetting. But yeah, if you're in that line of work, you better be mindful early on, and you know, take care of yourself and make sure you're wearing the proper masks or respirators or whatever it is you got to wear. You need to do something, because that very well could be playing a part in my issue. And it's sad, you know, it's kind of scary, because you know that kind of stuff can cause real damage to your lungs, and it can cause cancers and stuff like that. So that's kind of a little worry in the back of the old brain there, whatever's left in my brain. So anyway, guys, I just kind of wanted to touch on a couple topics. I got one more that we'll touch on another day. But so I hope you enjoy the workout. I'm really pleased with how it went. And thanks, Christopher, for the comment that made me think to touch on the topic that I've been kind of thinking about over these months. And appreciate that. And I wish you had a channel with videos in that. I'd send everybody over there. But maybe one day you will. Maybe one day. So anyway, guys, if you find something interesting here, maybe helpful, maybe like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff to the Body Beatdown. That's me, Michael, your incredible host of this amazing channel. And don't forget, just don't forget. Get up, get out, get rad, do it to it, and we'll see you next time on the Body Beatdown. See y'all later.
Get up, get out, get rad, and do it to it!